Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to join hexagons using the continuous join as you go method. It's my favourite. It has one start and one stop, so only 2 yarns to darn in, and it works out really nice and quick too. You can see here that I've used a continuous join as you go. Instead of doing 3 double crochet clusters, I have actually used 2 double crochet clusters, only because I wanted to stay in theme with these plain hexagons, which are made up of 2 double crochet clusters. To you, you can use 3 double crochets and make the granny cluster if you like. Now, this is actually quite easy. The trick is knowing the direction, and that's what I need to teach you today. Also, because these aren't granny cluster hexagons, you just need to space out your clusters as evenly as you possibly can as you go around. I've either got 2 or 3 stitches in between each one, and you can't even notice. To me, it looks really good. I kind of like the lacy effect. I think it goes nicely with the vintage feel of these hexagons. Now, like doing the continuous join as you go around granny squares, you also start at the top right corner for the hexagons. You work up and down the side, then you jump over and work up the right hand side, up and over the hill, down the left, jump over, up the right, up and down. All right, so you do that until you get to the end. Then you're going to come down here and you're going to go back up. So you're going to do a single row of the cluster stitches along the bottom of the hexagons. Then we get to here and we're going to just jump across to the top of this half hexie, and we're going to work down the slope, down the left, jump over to the right, up the slope and down the left, jump over to the right, up and down the left side. Okay, so you're doing this sort of action, which is just like we do with the granny squares. Okay, so we come back up this side of the half hexie, work our way along the top, and then we go down the side, down the outside. And again, we do another single row across the bottom. All right, I'm going to show you in writing, so you can either take a screenshot of it so you'll know which direction to go. Here I have a diagram of a virtual hexagon blanket. So I'm going to show you the direction that you need to travel while you're doing your joins. Now, there are a lot of corner joins that I'm not going to mention because when I draw it out with the corner joins in, it becomes an absolute shambles. And I want the direction to be clear to you. Okay. It doesn't matter if your half hexagons are on the first row or if you put a half hexagon on the end of each row. The method and the direction is still all the same. It's very similar to doing the continuous join as you go with granny squares. You just have a few extra angles to go around. So we're going to start in the top right hand corner, just like we do with the granny squares. We're going to work up this way and down. Now we're going to go down the left hand side of the hexagon. We're going to stop our work here as we take a little jump over and join into the corner here. So it's like the bottom right hand corner of the hexagon. Then we work our way up the right hand side of hexagon number 2, up and over the top then down the left. I'm just going to put the little arrow marks in for you so you know which way to go. We're going to jump across to hexagon number 3 and join in this corner here and work our way up the right hand side. We go up the top and down, working down the left hand side of hexagon number 3. Jumping across to number 4, working up the right side, up and down. We're at the left hand side of our blanket. We're going to go down the left hand side of hexagon number 4. Now, just like doing the granny squares, we're just going to do a single row along the bottom of row number 1. So we're not adding row 2 to row number 1 as yet. So we're going to go down dale and uphill. And when we come to this junction, we do connect. All right? So we're going to go down and up and connect. Down, up, connect. Down and up. And of course, we work into the corner here. Here you'll see that hexagon number 1 remains open on the right hand side for now. When you've come up and around the bottom of hexagon number 1, you're then going to go into the corner of the top right space. Whether it be a half hexie or a full hexie, you're either going to make a corner there or in there. Now, working your way down this way, we start doing our slip stitches and joining to the top, or well, joining to the bottom of the top row number 1. Then we're working down the left hand side of the half hexie. We're going to jump across and we're going to join in the right side of hexagon number 6. Coming up to the top, we're going to join into the junction here. So it's a 3-way junction. This will become obvious to you as you travel along this path. So I'll continue to draw it without adding all the junctions in. Now we're going to work up the top and we're doing slip stitches all the way, joining to this bottom row. We join into this corner here. Now we're working down. We're going down the left side of number 6, jumping across to 7, up the right side, up the top, down we go. Down the left side, jumping across, working up, uphill, down dale, and down the left of hexagon number 8. Jumping across to number 9, we're going to work up the right hand side, we're going to go up the hill, and we are going to join here as well. Now we're going to work down the left hand side of the blanket. Of course, you join into this corner. Now, just like we did with the first row, we're just going to do a single row up and down along the bottom of row number 2. So that means we're not joining together with row number 3 just yet. So we'll go around this corner and work our way up. Of course, we join here, working our way down. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Now don't be tempted to go down the very right hand side of your blanket. These hexagons remain raw until the very end. What we do is we jump over to the top right corner here, just like we have done with these two. Then we work our way up. Now we're actually joining into the top row above with slip stitches. Then we go down. Then we work down the left side. We jump over to the next hexie. We work up the right. Uphill, joining, down dale. Down the left, jump across, up the right, uphill, joining, down dale. Down the left, jump across, up we go, uphill, joining, down Dale, and down the left hand side of hexagon number 13. Now we're on the bottom row of your blanket, and all we do is go up and down and connect here at these junctions. So down, up and connect. And then we find ourselves on the right hand side. Because these ones are open, we then work our way all the way back to the start. And you only have 2 yarn ends to darn in. How good is that? Now you can go and watch my tutorial of me doing the joining of the hexagons with the granny stitch, but only 2 double crochets in this one, not 3. And hopefully it will help you understand this picture even more. Let me show you how to connect these hexagons and half hexagon. I'm using Stylecraft Special DK and Paint Box yarn. It's an 8 ply, so I'm using a 4mm hook. I'm going to make a slip knot first because I'm doing a standing double crochet into this top right hand corner of the half hexie. If this row began with a full hexie, I would just be doing it in here as well. So yarn over, popping your hook into the very first stitch. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 to make your double crochet in US terminology. Now we're going to make another double crochet in that same space. Now these half hexies have been made with little mini granny clusters. So they're just made up of 2 double crochets. So this one makes it easy to show you where to space your clusters. So we're just going to work in between the 2 clusters with 2 double crochet, skipping 2, moving over to the next, 2 double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop for 2 more, 2 more, and now we're going to work in that corner chain space with just 2 double crochets. Okay, now you can see where that sits. We need to work down the left hand side of this half hexie, then we're going to jump across and meet up on the right hand side of the next one. So we'll do chain 1 and 2 more double crochets in this corner, skipping 2 double crochets, working our way down the side with 2 double crochet clusters after each 2 double crochets below, or in between I should say. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets into that corner space and leave it there. We're going to jump across, and we're not going to finish off this corner space because that one will be completed on the row that goes along the bottom. So picking up your other hexagon, yarning over, you need to find the corner and do 2 double crochets in that one. Now as we go up the side of this hexagon, we're going to join into the left hand side of the half hexie. Okay, so what we do is pop our hook through the space, pull your loop through and through the loop on your hook to make a slip stitch. Now we're going to count either 2 or 3 spaces to span your work out and do 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Now we're going to do a slip stitch into the next space. Yarn over, skip 2, doing 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Now we're going to pop our hook through the next space, pull up a loop, pull through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Now we're going to skip 2 more stitches and do 2 more double crochets. Pop your hook through the hole, next hole that is, pull up a loop, pull through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Now we're going to skip 2 more stitches and we'll work 2 double crochets into the next. 1 and 2. Pop your hook through the next space that's available, pulling your loop through, pull through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Now we're back to a corner on the full hexagon. So let's do 1 and 2. And I'll lay this out so I can show you that we need to connect into this corner of the half hexie. Okay, so we're going to connect everywhere that there are corners to connect. So picking up your work, finding the chain space in that corner, pull a loop through and pull through the loop on your hook. Now we'll yarn over and do 2 more double crochets to finish off that corner on the full hexie. Now we're going to work our way up and over this second hexie. So up here, down here, then we're going to work down the left hand side of this full hexagon. All right, picking up your work, skipping 2 stitches, doing 2 double crochet, no chains, skip 2 stitches, 2 double crochet. I'm only doing a chain in our corner spaces on these hexagons, not in between each cluster. Skipping 2 and 2 more double crochets, skipping 2 or skipping 1. For this one, I just have to make it work to the best of my ability. We're coming up to our corner and we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Now if you find that your work puckers on these corners, you could do 2 chains if you would like. I'm just going to stick with 1 because I know that when I do work rows around for the border, it will be pulled out just nicely. I'm going to skip 2 stitches here, 1 and 2, and work into the third with 2 double crochets. Skipping 2 and 2 double crochets. Skip 2, work 2 double crochets, skipping 2, working 2 double crochets. And now I'm coming to my corner. I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. I'll show you why. Because we need to go around this corner and work down this left hand side. Then down the bottom here, when we meet up with hexagon number 3, we only do half of the corner here. We jump across and do half of the corner on here, because this bottom row connects into that junction. Okay, so we work down the side of our work, skipping 2, doing 2 double crochet, 1, 2, 2 double crochet, 1, 2 and 2 double crochet, 1, 2, no, I'm only going to have to go 1 this time, skipping 1 stitch, doing 2 double crochet. Now working into your corner just with half of the corner, so 2 double crochets only. Okay, now we need to jump across and work into the corner of this other hexagon number 3. So picking up both of your work, yarning over, finding that corner space, making 2 double crochets. Now we're going to do a slip stitch into the first space here. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches and do 2 double crochet. We're going to do a slip stitch into the very next space, pulling your yarn through, pull it through the loop on your hook, yarning over and doing 2 double crochets. Now we're going in for a slip stitch into the other side, so the hexagon on the right of it, yarn over, doing 2 double crochets, doing a slip stitch, 2 double crochets, into the last space with a slip stitch, yarn over and 2 double crochets into the corner space. Now we're going to slip stitch into the corner directly across. Pull a loop through, pull it through the loop on your hook, and now you can complete your corner with 2 more double crochets, and I'll show you. Okay, this is what's happening. So we have joined at this junction and down here, of course, too. We're going to work up and down, then down the left-hand side of this hexagon. So picking up your work and doing your 2 double crochet clusters up and down hexagon number 3. And doing a full corner in the peak of that hexagon. Here we are with our corner. We'll do 2 double crochets, chain 1 or chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. All right, I'm going to go off and work down here and down the left-hand side of this hexagon. Now I've done my work up and down the top and work down the left-hand side of this hexagon. I've done half a corner here, so I'm going to pick up my work and the next hexagon, and I'm going to do half a corner in this hexie with 2 double crochet. Then you're going straight into a slip stitch into that first space on the other side. Now skip 2 stitches and do 2 double crochets, slip stitch into that space on the other side, skip 2 stitches, do 2 double crochets, slip stitch into the next space, 2 more double crochets, slip stitch, 2 more double crochets, slip stitch. Now I'm going to do 2 double crochets into the corner, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to do a slip stitch into that corner chain space on the other side. Now finishing off your corner on the left hand side hexie with 2 more double crochets. Now we're going to work up the top, do a corner, and work down the left hand side, do a corner there. Then we're going to work down the left hand side of this hexie, and we're going to pick up and join the next one in. I've worked up, down, and down the left hand side of this hexie. I'm going to jump across and work up the right hand side of this one. So I've only done half of the corner when we're making a junction. Picking up our work, pick up the other hexie, yarn over, and 2 double crochets into the chain 1 corner space on the new hexie. Now we're going in for the slip stitch, 2 more double crochets. So we're working up the right hand side of the yellow hexagon now. slip stitch into the space, 2 more double crochets, slip stitch into the space on the opposite side, 2 double crochets and slip stitch to join, 2 more double crochets, slip stitch into the space, 2 double crochets into the corner. Now we're going to slip stitch into the corner directly across. Now we're going to finish off this corner on the yellow hexagon with 2 more double crochets. I'm going to go now and complete my row number 1, and I'll meet back with you when I'm done. I've joined on my hexies for row number 1. Now I've worked up the top side of this last one with 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters. Then I've worked into the corner space with 2 double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 1 and do 2 more double crochets for the corner. Now we've got 5 rows or rounds of this half hexagon, each of which we need to put 2 double crochets into the end of. So turn your work, yarn over and do 2 double crochets into this next space. So that's on row number 4. We've got the corner in row number 5. Now we'll do 2 double crochets into row number 3, 2 double crochets into row number 2, 2 double crochets into the first round of the half hexie. Now we're going to skip the magic ring and do 2 more double crochets on the other side of the magic ring into round number 1. 2 double crochets into round number 2, into round number 3, into round number 4. Then we're going to do our corner into round number 5. So 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets. And I'll show you what your work looks like then. We've come around and we're going to continue on here, finishing off this first row of hexagons with the join. I'll show you how to do this because at this junction we do a slip stitch and join onto that as well. Alright, so I need to turn my work, remembering I'm working along the bottom of the first hexagon row. We're simply going to do our 2 double crochets up the bottom of the half hexie, as equally spaced as we can get them. Now I'm going to do 2 double crochets into this corner to finish the corner off. You can see here we've got 2 double crochets from before. We've just done 2 more, and I'm going to do a slip stitch into this space to join. Okay, yarn over. Now I do a chain 1 here as I find it a bit too tight if I don't. I need to now work into this corner and finish it off as well. So yarn over, putting 2 double crochets into that corner space. So you can see here we've completed our corners. Now working along the side of the hexagon with clusters of 2 double crochet, spacing them out as best as you can. We've done a corner down the bottom of this hexagon, worked our way up, and now there's another corner here that only has half of it made. So we need to do 2 double crochets into that corner, and we need to slip stitch to connect that hexagon together. Now chain 1 and do 2 more double crochets in the corner on the other side. Now we're going to work up, do a corner and down, and then we're going to finish off this half corner. We're going to slip stitch to connect, then we're going to complete this other corner. Then we'll work up, do a corner and down, and do that same thing all the way along. Now I've worked all along the bottom of the hexagons and finding myself back on the right hand side. Alright, so we started up here, we worked across, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, all the way across row number 1. Then we went down the left hand side and then we've come up, doing up and down and joining in corners so that we're now back on the right hand side of our blanket. Next, we need to make a join here and do another half a corner. So I've only got a half a corner in this one. The reason being, when I complete all the joining, I'm going to be working up this right hand side, completing all the half corners. Now we're going to pick up our next hexagon from row number 2. We're going to yarn over and do 2 double crochets into the top right corner of that hexagon. Then we're going to do a slip stitch into that first space in the half hexie above. Do 2 more double crochets, slip stitch into the corresponding space above, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets in the corner. Oops, days. 1 and 2. Now we're going to join into this junction here. Let me pop my work down to show you. Okay, so we've done half of our corner. Then we're going to do a slip stitch into this space here. Then we're going to finish our corner off. So we're slip stitching from the underneath. So pull your work around so you can see. Finding that space, popping your hook in, pull a loop through, pull it through the one on your hook. And I'll show you that we've now done a slip stitch into that junction and joined our hexagons. Now we go ahead and complete our corner with 2 more double crochets. Now we're going to do a slip stitch into the next space available. 2 double crochets into the new hexagon, slip stitch into the next space, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, and now we're going to slip stitch the last space and we're working 2 double crochets into our corner. We're going to do a slip stitch into the corner which is directly opposite. Pull that loop through the one on your hook, yarn over and finish off this corner with 2 more double crochets. Let me show you now what we've done. Okay, so we've connected at this junction and we've connected at this junction. Now we need to work down the left hand side of this hexagon, doing half the corner, and we're going to connect up with the next one with another half corner. I will meet you down the bottom very soon. I've done my 2 double crochets in this corner. Now I'm going to yarn over and do 2 more double crochets in the corner of the next hexagon. That's 1 and 2. Now I'm going to do a slip stitch into the very next space. Yarning over, skipping 2 stitches, doing 2 more double crochets. Now as we go up the left hand side of this hexagon, we're going to join this one in. Alright, we're going to join it up here and here, and then we'll work down this way on its own. So we're joining a new one in. We're going to slip stitch to the next space, skipping 1 and 2, doing 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch. Now 2 double crochets into the corner. Now we're going to join into this junction right here. So it's the point at the bottom of the hexagon from row number 1. Again, we're going to work our hook in from the underneath into that corner space, pulling a loop through, then pull it through the one on your hook. Yarn over and do 2 more double crochets into this yellow hexagon to make a full corner. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first space available. 2 double crochets, slip stitch into the next space, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 more double crochets for this side, and a slip stitch. Now we're up to the corner, so we're going to do 2 double crochets, and we're going to do a slip stitch into this junction. Let's have another look. So we did a slip stitch into the pointy junction of the hexagon above. Now we need to do a slip stitch into the valley junction. Well, point or valley, it's hard to determine, isn't it? So we're going to pop our hook underneath, pull the loop through, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. So you've connected this corner to this little junction. Now we're going to do 2 more double crochets into the corner of the yellow hexagon to complete it off. That's 1 and that's 2. Now we need to do a slip stitch into the next space. Yarn over and do 2 more double crochets in the yellow hexagon. Slip stitch, 2 more double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, Here we are at another corner. We'll do 2 double crochets. And we're going to check if we need to join. And we do. We're joining in every corner now that the hexagons are in the centre of the work. So popping your hook underneath that corner chain space, pull a loop through, pull it through the loop on your hook and do 2 more double crochets into that corner. Now, I think we're working down. We are. Sometimes you can get caught up and you end up crocheting these 2 together and it looks quite funny. We're just going to work down this side and I'll meet you back here. I've done 2 double crochets into this corner. I'm going to now jump across and do 2 double crochets into the corresponding corner of the next hexagon. Then it's slip stitch into the space, skipping 2 stitches, doing 2 double crochets, slip stitch into the space across, doing 2 double crochets, 1, 2, skipping 2 stitches and doing 2 double crochets, slip stitch into the space, 2 double crochets, slip stitch, 2 more double crochets, 1 more slip stitch here. Then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the corner of the new hexagon. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the corresponding corner space across. Let me lay it out for you so you can see. Okay, here we are. We've done 2 double crochets into this corner. Now we've got a junction here that we need to attach to. So again, I'm going to go underneath, pull a loop through, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. So I've connected this new hexagon to these 2. Now I'm going to complete that corner with 1 and 2. Now I'm going to work along doing a slip stitch next, then 2 double crochet, slip stitch, 2 double crochet. Okay, I'm going to do it up here and down here. Then I'm going to work down the left hand side of this one. Working down the left hand side of this hexagon, after joining the top 2, I've done 2 double crochet in the corner. I'm then ready to jump across and do 2 double crochet into the corner of the next hexagon. Then I'm going to join it up here, down here. Then I'll work down the left hand side and then I will join the next one in on the corner and do the same thing again and again. I've gone along up, down and down, and I've joined in all the hexagons for row number 2, joining them to the bottom of row number 1. Here is the end. I've gone up here, down. Now I'm working down the very left hand side. We have joined row 1, row 2, and now we're up to row 3. But first we need to work up and down the bottom row of row number 2. So it's basically repeating what we did for row number 1. You do most of the joining up and down around the top, and then you do a single row with no joining along the bottom. Now I've crocheted along the bottom of row number 2, and I'm over here on the right side of my blanket where you will see raw edges, which we leave until the very end. Now I'm going to jump over to the top right corner of row number 3 and work down, doing the join with the slip stitches. Down the left hand side here, jump over, up the right. Then we can do joining with slip stitches up here. Then we work down the left, jump over, work up the right, joining with slip stitches, and so on and so on. So all in all, for the continuous join as you go with hexagons, you are just repeating everything that we did on the first row. I really hope that this tutorial has helped you to understand how to join the hexagons in a continuous manner with granny clusters. I will see you again very soon because I'm going to do a border around both of these hexagon blankets, so they will be borders to share. Until then, take care, happy crocheting, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.